In this video, we're going to recap Learning Target 324, which is graphing systems of equations. So this says, graph the system of equations to determine the solution, x comma y. And then we're given two equations. So whenever it says to graph the system, we have to actually graph it. We talk a lot about how graphing sometimes is not the most reliable because we are imperfect, but if it tells you to graph, you have to graph it. So I'm going to do this in two separate colors. So I'm going to do this first one in red. And this one's in y equals mx plus b, so I can begin with b, which is -2. And then I can move with m, which is 1/2. Which basically just means I'm going up 1 over 2. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. You technically only have to do a couple dots. I'm going to do a bunch just because I don't have a ruler and I want to make sure that I'm getting this as perfect as possible. But you will have a ruler, so you can just do like 2 or 3 dots and then use your ruler from there. Okay. So I have my first line. Little shaky, but you get the picture. Second line, let's do in a different color. This one is not in y equals mx plus b. So we have to do our work to find our x-intercept and our y-intercept. So our x-intercept, we're plugging in 0 for y. So we have 8x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. Well, 4 times 0 is 0, and we're left with 8x equals 12. And I divide to get my answer of x equals 1.5. So on the x-axis, I'm going to go over to 1.5, and I'm going to put a dot. Then I need to find my y-intercept. And to do that, I plug in 0 for x. So I have 8 times 0 plus 4y equals 12. 8 times 0 cancels out, and I'm left with 4y equals 12. And I divide to get my answer of y equals 3. So again, I just want to make sure mine is as accurate as possible. So for this, my slope, I went like down 3 and over 1.5. So if I do it again, I'm going to go down 3 and over 1.5. And this should give me a pretty good idea of what my line will look like. Okay, so I can see kind of where they cross. Again, I didn't have a ruler, so mine's a little bit off. But if yours ever happens like this is basically what you want to do. You want to look for the next closest like intersection point. So what is going to be the closest corner? And I think that corner is this. I think that's where it was supposed to hit, is right on that corner right there, which that point is 2, -1. So my solution is 2, -1. So this video just went over 324, which is graphing a system of equations.